What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chaos. So, welcome to a new episode, actually, the season premiere episode of Take It to the Table. I am joined by none other than the following panelists down at the bottom. I'm going to start with obviously the boss, the El Jefe of Wrestling Republic, none other than Ben Allison. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. It's great to finally be back on Take It to the Table, and I'm excited for today's show.
Yes. Actually, I think this is your second appearance.
I
the
think
first
so.
one. I think the first one was when Vince retired. I think that was the one. I think.
No, I don't even know if I was on that one. Or maybe I was. I can't even remember.
Maybe you were, yeah. So much has happened since then. So yeah, that's understandable. And of course, to my right is none other than kind of looks like a bit of an outcast right now, but it's none other than David Sheldon. How you doing today, sir?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Thank you for all showing me up with your Wrestling Republic t-shirts. I'm in my wonderful blue polo. Before we begin, I thought, because I couldn't share in, I thought I would bring a little something with me. Given that 3 of the 4 panelists today are from the wonderful and beautiful and not at all cloudy country of Wales, yes. I came equipped with a Welsh flag.
Yay!
Sorry, Clark.
I got bad news for you, David. As the lone American in the group,
he was ready.
I've done the same. Can you hear me through that?
Hey, dude.
Yep.
Let's go.
I think
how could I not?
The twist of fate is that I'm the odd one out. Even though I'm living in Wales, I don't have a Welsh flag. So yeah, I'm the actual one that's the old one out. So
this is a gift from my good friend Ben Allison. And I know I probably ruined my own intro there, which is my bad. But I'm happy.
You can help yourself. It's fine. It's fine. Let's rush to it. It's he's one of the regulars of Take It to the Table is none other than Clark Taylor. How you doing today, sir?
I made my first appearance on the Wrestling Republic channel the day Vince stepped down on Take It to the Table. It was about as much fun as you can have, and I am stoked to be back as usual. One of my favorite shows to be on. Let's get right into it, right, Chaos?
Yeah, of course. We got a jam-packed episode for the season premiere. We are going to be talking about AEW and the we have a little debate. Are they relying on too much on older talent? Obviously, we've seen RVD make his debut in AEW. Obviously, Jericho is taking quite a bit of TV time in my opinion, and just want to get everyone's thoughts on the situation. Did he agree, disagree, and whatnot? And and then after that, we're going to be doing a little another game. You want to play a game? And this time we're going to be guessing the WWE posters. Who has the best knowledge in WWE posters for pay-per-views? So
I feel it might be more. It might be more who has the worst rather than who has the best.
It could be a quick episode, or it's going to be a long night. We just don't know. So yeah, we got a lot to get into. So yeah, without further ado, obviously make sure you like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let us take it to the table.
That was fancy, wasn't it?
First of all, I want to say thank you, Ben Allison, for spending all the revenue that's coming from Wrestling Public on that intro. That goes, I told you I'll make it worth your while. So yeah.
I feel like I was only one thing away from going, they will take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Please, to any soul, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, soul. Like that was I do acting. That's embarrassing. I'm just gonna stop talking now.
I love Braveheart, by the way. Watched it before all my football games.
Still probably a better Scottish accent than Mel Gibson.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great.
Fair dues. So yeah, as I said, let's get straight into the debating side of the show. And as I said, lately AEW has been doing I wouldn't say a lot of debuts, but there's been, in my opinion, a lot of TV time being put on, people like Jerry Lynn, and now obviously last episode of Dynamite. As of this recording, RVD made his debut and he's challenging Jack Perry for the FTW Championship. Obviously there's stuff going on with Chris Jericho, and obviously there's the debate if he's going to be joining the Don Callis family, even though he kind of made his decision on this past Dynamite. I don't know, with his antics and whatnot. But I felt like that's pretty much one of the main feuds or the main storylines of the show. And obviously you got Christian that's claiming to be the rightful TNT champion, and Luchasaurus is in the back seat. So yeah, I just felt like I just want to get your guys' thoughts on, do you feel like they're taking the shine away from the younger talent, or do you feel like it's the right level amount of usage? Do you think that, like, do they need them, if anything? Because it's starting to, well, for me, it's starting to feel a little bit like how TNA was back in the day. Obviously, you had like the Main Event Mafia, you had Bully Ray, Devon, all those people that's in their twilights in their careers, but they were in main event spots, if you will. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts. We'll start with because you haven't been on the show for a while. Ben Allison, what's your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What's your thoughts on this?
So, I don't see an issue with people like Chris Jericho getting TV time, especially when he's working with younger talent like he has been, recently. He's put over Takeshita, I tag teaming with him. Then, of course, the facing against, Sammy Guevara, Daniel Garcia. I don't mind that whatsoever. What I have an issue with, and this isn't just in AEW, but this is across the board in wrestling, and especially fans wanting it to happen, I have an issue with talent over the age of 37 coming into a promotion, unless they're already a big star, and fans being like, oh, they should be pushed. Case in point, LA Knight. There's several people, in AEW you can say the same thing about, who are like 40 years old, and people are like, well, they should be pushed more, where they're not known by a lot of fans. It's not like, they got a huge drawing power. So why would you give them a push? By the time that a lot of fans will know them, they'll be near retirement. So I'm for, actually, in defense. If you asked me this question a year ago, it would be a very different answer. I'd be like, AEW are not doing right by their young talents. But recently, all four pillars, I think, have been booked decently. Darby Allin, I think there's, certain things they need to do with him. But they are, they're doing, obviously, now a few different stories with Nick Wayne, with him involved in all that. So that's certainly interesting. But yeah, as long as they use the young talent with the more established names, such as a Chris Jericho, can bring in older viewers, I don't have an issue with it. But it's when they're pushing talent to a virtually unknown who are above the age of 37. That's when my issue comes in.
Fair dues. I do see your angle right there. What about you, David? What's your thoughts on this situation? Do you agree, disagree?
I mean, to start with your point, are AEW pushing their older talent too much? In my opinion, no, I don't. And the reason I say that is because I think that, it's one of those things where currently, if you look at all of their oldest kind of guys, the people that people really want to rag on. So you look at Jerry Lynn, you look at Rob Van Dam, you look at people like Jeff Jarrett, you look at Chris Jericho, people like that. Have we all got a little bit tired in points of Chris Jericho? Yes, we have. We all have. Let's be honest here. We all have. I think Jericho's doing good work right now, and I think the people he's surrounding himself with Takeshita and Guevara and Garcia, I think this storyline will eventually be designed to get them over, not him over. Where I have issue is I feel like sometimes we're a little bit fickle as wrestling fans, and we're willing to forgive people that we like and dismiss people that we don't. And this is I think where the Jeff Jarrett thing, because obviously this may be a thing, but like there's been a lot of debates behind the scenes amongst us guys about people like Jarrett right now, and sort of I'm a massive defender of guys like Jeff Jarrett. I love Jeff. I think he's awesome. I love the 6-man tag on Dynamite this week. It's right up my alley, that kind of thing. But I think that like a lot of the guys that it's coming. What we got to think is that like all of these older talents, Rob Van Dam, Jerry Lynn, Jeff Jarrett, Minoru Suzuki, all those guys, they all are wrestling younger guys. Minoru Suzuki wrestled Darby Allin. Jeff Jarrett's been working his way through people like the Acclaimed, and grant you, they're currently feuding with the Hardys, but that is a Rampage feud, and about 4 people, myself included, watch Rampage. And like Jericho, like I said, the people he's working with, Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam are currently working with Jack Perry, who needs a bit of help right now. I think, to be honest, he needs at that kind of big name level to go against. Now, grant you, like watching Rob Van Dam on Dynamite this week, I was a bit like, I love to see him, and I thought he looked great in the ring, but then he cut a backstage promo, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was a bit orcs.
He can barely get his words out anymore, and that to me was an example of he does look a bit sad. But I'm sure he's going to look great because he's still really athletic. Is somebody like a Rob Van Dam.
Yeah,
and I think, and I'm amazed that match is not happening in Wembley, and only because I feel like if you say to people, oh, Rob Van Dam's going to be on the show, even if he's older, that is still a name value that people will know. Like for a casual 100%. Market, that's what we're always talking about, the casual fans. Like, I'll be honest with you, I know a lot less who somebody like Jerry Lynn is, but like that's as a younger wrestling fan. But like Jerry Lynn, even then wasn't on TV for that long. Last 2 weeks, he's only come on, said a couple of words, and been there to introduce somebody else. I mean, I disagree with Ben's thing about 37 and over. I think if people are good enough, push them. Batista was old. Maybe it's a bit of a boring thing to constantly go back to. Batista was old when he started.
He wasn't. He was 35.
But he's still.
That's my argument. 37 is
2 years before his limit.
Why exactly 37, Ben? That's Jay.
I want to jump in here before Ben does.
Sorry, go on.
This is ageism out of both you youngsters. I think it's a sliding scale. I'm 30 years old myself. There are late bloomers in this world. Batista being one of them at 35. LA Knight entering what I would imagine the prime of his career. If you can deliver, no matter what age you're at, you can deliver. Edge can deliver at his age. LA Knight can deliver at his age. That's that much younger, right? The boogeyman lied about his age, and guess what? He got a job, and he did the best with it. Are you kidding me? He was 41. He lied and got on Tough Enough. It's right in Batista's prime. Yes, 35 is when he really started to roll, but I mean, well into his 40s. He's doing action movies in his 50s. Probably into his 60s. Sting just flew at 65. I think the difference here is you have a guy like Jericho who can deliver week in and week out at his age.
Yeah.
I think that complaint needs to be separated from the complaint about whether or not he's putting over younger talent. Because if you can keep your spot with your own physical talent, you deserve to keep your spot.
Yeah.
There's a reason that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stuck by Tom Brady till he was 45. Yes, they could have gone youth, but hey, he didn't show any signs of there being any reason to let him go or to go a different direction. And so if you keep your spot and you do the work to keep your spot, both physically and on the, promos and microphone character work, then you just deserve to stay there. No matter your age. And that's just my opinion on that. Yeah. I agree with Ben on scouting and building youthful wrestlers is hugely important, but you also need veterans to bring them along. So David, I hear where you're coming from too, right? And Jeff Jarrett is different to me because we haven't seen Jeff Jarrett on a regular basis for a few years now on television until AEW. And I think that's jarring for fans that saw him so regularly in the Attitude Era in both WWE and WCW, right?
And TNA.
As well as TNA. Oh goodness! Don't even get me started on the TNA.
But I mean, my response to that, right, is I get it and all that. And I 100% agree. You need veterans. Like I said, Jericho in the role he's currently in, I think it's great, to be honest with you. My issue is bringing people in, and let's say the post LA Knight now. Now he's gotten so over. I think it's actually a huge exception, right? I don't even think I can use the LA Knight argument anymore. But let's say somebody comes in the company, they're 39 years of age. Well, okay, I'll say 37 because that was the number I gave previously as the cutoff. They come in. On average, they become a mainstream name where WWE end up sending you to the big media companies to do those press events. It's between 5 and 7 years, right? So by that point, you'd be between 42 and 44, which is still, you can wrestle for a few more years. However, what that means, that's when, you start drawing money, basically, as a wrestler yourself, based on your name. Well, how many more, at a full-time level, how many more years can you draw money from? Whereas there's tons and tons of wrestlers in this industry, hundreds who have a lot of talent, who are between 25 and 30. You bring them in straight away and they can make you money for a lot longer. But of course, you need those veterans of Chris Jericho and all of those. But they're, use people who are already known, and then you get the best of both worlds.
I agree, but you would agree that Edge still draws money.
Oh, absolutely, Edge does. But Edge was was known when he was when he was in his early 20s.
When he was young, of course, right? And he missed 9 years and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
but my point is, if you're organically over at an older age, you got to strike while the iron's hot. I think there's no difference between that scenario and a youthful wrestler that gets organically over and we miss out on, because those are opportunities that if you sit on them for too long will go away. Yeah. And I think it's unfair to go draw the hard line. While I hear where you're coming from, general principles wise, like as far as scouting and roster building and even general booking, if that older dude in his early 40s gets organically over, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
I tell you where sorry, Ben, just to say quickly, I tell you where I would take issue. I would take issue if we started to get Chris Jericho versus Jeff Jarrett feuds.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
It was the same problem I had when me and Clark had the disagreement about whether we wanted to see Jericho versus Sting 1-on-1.
I do.
And I said I had no desire to see it because to me that would have been two old guys having an ego trip.
You were talking to 12-year-old Clark. Remember that? Though.
Yeah. But like, you know, that was the thing that, like, if you look at, like, we just had the Bash at the Beach documentary, and there's a lot of, if you go back and look at kind of late era WCW, look at the worst of TNA, you look at those really, really bad times. It's older guys with creative control booking themselves against each other in this lads mentality where it's Hogan versus Jarrett and Nash and Hall, and they're all blinking old, but not old by that point, but they're all veteran talents who probably should be working with guys like, it's the whole Booker T thing. It's like, they want to put the title on Booker T, according to the Bash of the Beach documentary. Like I said, a lot of that I think should be taken with a huge pinch of salt. But like, they want to put the belt on Booker T. Oh no, Hogan says no. So we get Hogan versus Jarrett, or we get Hogan versus
Hogan versus Flair. Anyone remember that?
But like, and the same thing with Impact when you had like your Stings and your Bubba Rays, and they were all kind of feuding with each other, or they were going over those guys. Like, and I don't have an issue with Chris Jericho beating somebody every now and then, because that otherwise you become complete jobber to the stars and there's no name value to you anymore. But like, if I started to see Jericho going on a year-long winning streak, then yeah, I would start and constantly going over, like have Nick Wayne come up and lose, and then have all those guys come up and lose and lose and lose and lose and lose. But I think go back to the AEW point, every single veteran that they have in AEW, I think is in a good spot right now. I love the Christian Cage. I know Ben's not been a fan of that storyline at all, but Christian Cage's I am the TNT champion thing, I think is funny, because ultimately I don't think that feud is designed to put Christian Cage over. It's designed and its end goal to put Luchasaurus over.
Yeah.
Because Luchasaurus is going to turn eventually, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
It feels and that's, and like Suzuki coming in to lose to Darby Allin on a episode of Collision, and stuff like that. That stuff designed. It's like, I looked at Jarrett's thing. Jarrett's barely won a match since he's come back. He has won matches, but in long-term feuds, he's basically lost them all. Yeah. Same with Suzuki. Like, if Rob Van Dam beats Jay Jungle Boy clean next week, then yes, I will take issue with it. Of course I will. He's not going to. Yeah. But it's like, two veterans against each other, no real desire to see it. From a certain point, because Damian Priest is 41 right now, and he's only starting.
He doesn't act it.
Yeah, and he's only now starting to get the Rocky push. I mean, Cassidy's 30. Yeah. Orange Cassidy's 38. And he feels like he's in his mid-20s. Like there are guys that like, and Orange Cassidy's only recently come onto the scene. Granted, he was under your 37 limit when he blew up.
Yeah,
Ben. But even still, it's like, people do, but DDP is another one. That's the famous story, of course. But,
Zayn and Owens, I would say, are in the prime of their career right now, the height of their career. They just main evented WrestleMania. They're both late 30s.
Yeah, but they came into the main roster. They started.
It doesn't matter when they started. That's why I think it's also a sliding scale. But because also, if you have a guy that hasn't taken bumps, or girl that gets into the industry late, and you don't have the mileage, and they debut late, it's a sliding scale, man. Right? Like, yes, KO and Sammy have miles, but if you have an organic wrestler that's pushed in their late 30s, that can make sense if they don't have the bumps taken over a 15-year period.
Yeah. No, I'm not really fussed. I'm not really fussed about that. If people come into business into the industry late, and as long as they made themselves hot, that's fine. My argument was, well, obviously they're using a lot of ready-made stars to put them, and sure, obviously at times they are putting other people like the younger talent over. I just feel like do you feel like they are over relying on these legends that, let's be honest, got their name in other promotions, in other, promotions that's been around longer. So that's why that was the problem with TNA, as in they relied on so many of people that got big in WCW, got big in WWE, and there were a time, especially main event. Remember, the main event Mafia at one time had every single title in TNA, and they and because of that, that's when they were beating people like younger talent. So that's
I completely agree. But currently, I'm pretty certain the only champion, from my own memory, the only champion that AEW have who's made their name elsewhere is FTR. Like MJF's the world champion, Luchasaurus is TNT champion, Statlander's TBS champion, Hikaru Shida's women's champion, and Cassidy's international champion, and Jungle Boy's FTW champion. And the trios champion's a House of Black, but that's a faction that has been built.
Well, and Brody King is the perfect example of somebody who got in the industry late. I mean, he's in his mid-40s,
and he's not going to draw AEW a dime.
I mean, but to be a really important hand.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying they shouldn't be hands. I'm saying they shouldn't get mega pushes. I think being a hand's a role which is needed.
Who would you argue got a mega push that was too old in either AEW or WWE?
I
mean, it doesn't usually happen, and AEW is too new of a company. I mean,
exactly. The argument you're making is it shouldn't happen, but I can't think of any examples of it.
It doesn't happen.
There are.
Name me one.
I mean,
which one?
I can't off the top of my head, David.
Batista is the closest.
Batista's not a good example though, because he was already there. I mean,
he's late to the industry, and 35 is only 2 younger than 37. It's so much closer than you realize. 2 years feels really big.
Oh, that's a good one.
There you go.
I think actually though he was.
How about Big Show?
The problem with Great Khali wasn't that
when he got in.
The problem with Great Khali wasn't that he was too old; it's that he was too shite. That was the problem with Khali.
That's true.
I mean, they pushed
Mark. The man couldn't walk. Never mind wrestle.
They fake retired Mark Henry and gave him the biggest push of his career.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the greatest swords of all time.
I loved it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it works time and place.
Again, that does work. That does work to Ben's theory, to be fair, because Mark Henry'd been there in WWE for 20 years at the time.
Yeah,
but it's like it's one of.
But he also did the Olympic weightlifting and the strongman stuff first.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of these times, because Vince McMahon agrees with it. Vince McMahon agrees that you shouldn't, because that's come out before.
Why do we have to let Vince be right?
No, but that's what I'm saying to you. That there's not many examples as Vince has come in and stopped people getting pushes over the years.
I got news for you, buddy.
Fans have said they wanted Bobby Roode to be WWE champion. They wanted. I mean, there's tons of guys from NXT who
got a goofy mustache and he's wrong.
Yeah, and also
wrong.
Just to say it this way, right? Just to throw a different thing in. If your argument was that Bobby Roode shouldn't have been WWE champion, would you make the same argument for AJ Styles?
Actually, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, there is a question of how much he drew, because as soon as no, ratings wise, his reign actually did bad.
How much did
Drew? But that followed. If we remember, the AJ Styles WWE title reign followed Jinder Mahal's. So
even the one before it.
Speaking of drawing,
one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was a dead period for pro wrestling on all sides.
No, it wasn't. That was the highest viewership they've had in the last decade, 2016.
But it was all goofy booking, and we didn't like it. At least I didn't. At least this
viewership might have been good, but the
general consensus
was
2016 to early 2017 was a golden period of the last decade. That is the general consensus.
I would disagree with that consensus. I think a lot of 2016 was bad.
But then again, I think it was when the first draft happened, and they did the Shield, the first.
I think
Shield
2013 through 2016 is one of the lowest.
But I think it's always one of those. It's always one of those things. Like, I think 2014 was a fantastic. We're getting off topic a bit here. Sorry, but 2014 was a fantastic. I thought was a really good year for WWE. But that had its fair share of awful.
The video game was excellent, but the booking was corny.
But you can say that about. I'm not being funny. And I say this without meaning to just sound like I'm ragging on Vince. But that era of weekly television was mostly really bad. and you get really good matches on pay-per-views or things, but not so much week-to-week booking was a bit naff. But that's
you're creatively bankrupt.
How have we gone from AJ Styles to this?
But David, were you watching weekly in 2016?
Yes, it was just before. I tell you what, it was that era. It was that era that made me drop out the first time.
And then, I mean, Jinder Mahal was after, but that was when it cut off.
Yeah,
but it was up until the Jinder Mahal title reign because they were listening to fans for like a short period of time.
Yeah, because 2016 you had the Roman AJ feud and everything like that, and you went through. And that was all great. And I was watching at that point. So I watched I watched consistently from when the Wyatts came in, which would have been 2013. I watched through 2013, 2014. Suffered through 2015's awful nonsense. Got through 2016, I think, was where I went, okay, fine. And weirdly, I think it was actually when there were a lot of changes in kind of the YouTube wrestling sphere at that point. The massive upheaval in the late 2016, early 2017, bunch of places changed, and all the places I used to go to watch wrestling either weren't there or had changed, or and I think we know to what that's referring. And then I just dipped out, and then the Fiend brought me back, so I didn't watch any of 2018. WWE. So I basically got as far as just before Jinder, but I've since gone back and watched a lot of that stuff from that period. I've caught up on Jinder and I've caught up on the AJ reign because AJ held the belt for ages.
Oh, he did.
And I like the thing with AJ is I can't necessarily say that AJ's reigns as WWE champion were all that fantastic, but I still would have put the belt on him because it's also at that point it was a statement of intent. I think of or someone's coming in from another company and he's big. I mean, the difference with Bobby Roode is I think Bobby Roode's a bit boring. As a outside,
he wasn't as well known as Styles either.
That is
Styles
fair.
already was a bit.
Yeah, known. Styles had been multiple time. He'd been in Impact, he'd been in Ring of Honor, he'd been in New Japan. Bobby Roode was very much an Impact guy, and so kind of he was coming up. He had beer money and everything like that. When he came up, he wasn't he was a big star in Impact. But and also the booking in NXT didn't really help him. He was world champion. He was booked well in NXT, but he
got promoted too soon. I feel like
they nailed the entrance and then just gave him some tough.
I mean, WWE ruined Bobby Roode on day one because they had him come in as a babyface
because Vince saw his age.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think that if you'd have brought Bobby Roode up as the exact same NXT character as the heel NXT character, he could have been a main event talent. He could have been. People wanted him. Same as people want LA Knight now. Not to the same level, of course. LA Knight's a phenomenon. But people wanted it. But the problem is when you bring somebody up and you cool them off and you basically go, yeah, no, we don't want you. Just come back in your box. Then fans aren't gonna clamour for it. So, and LA Knight was the example where everyone went, no, you know what? Actually, we like you, and we're not going to shut up about this. Same with Daniel Bryan had been wrestling for however many years when he had his mega push in 2013. 2013 through 2014. He'd been wrestling for 14 years at that point, and
also Ben, explain Goldberg beats the Fiend. Explain. Explain the booking there.
Because Goldberg was already a star. I'm saying the people that they're bringing up have, created
also, again,
stars. They're establishing new stars, which Vince didn't want, but fans have called for it time and time again. There's tons of people over the years, and fans being like, well, why don't they push them? It's because they're too old. That's why. Vince, and this
Ageism.
is the one thing which pretty much all wrestling bloggers agree on, this one thing, and that's fans don't always know what's best for business. They know what they want, but that's not always best for business because what you are hearing, those loud voices that you are hearing, those are the hardcore fans. The hardcore fans, unless AEW is slightly different in fairness, but for the most part, hardcore fans do not earn a company money as much money as casual fans.
Just to kind of to rebut that point, the rest, I'm not being funny. The fans in the arena are the people who are paying you. We booed Roman Reigns for 4 years.
I would also say
again, and they kept him at the top of the card because it was what was best for business, and then they turned him heel, and he became the big. The problem is this is the thing. When we sit here and say fans don't know what's best for business, I agree with that to a certain extent in some cases. But the problem is they never gave it a chance. Like we can't say what would have happened had Rusev been given his main event push, or if Zack Ryder had been given the main event push, or any of those things, because they never did it.
Yeah,
they went, we know what you want, but you're gonna. It's like Roman winning the Rumble. We know what you want. We know you want Daniel Bryan to win, but screw you. We're going with what we want, and you'll like it, damn it. And everyone just went no. The problem was eventually they caved to Daniel Bryan because fans would not stop, and I think they might cave to LA.
They were going to crap all over WrestleMania if they didn't do it. Yeah,
but like people like Zack Ryder, like got so big. Rusev got so big with Rusev Day and everything, and they just went, no, you're just gonna go back there. Thank you very much. And fans eventually, when they just kept doing it, just went, oh, what's the point then? And
I also believe in coaching. Play the best players. Play the best players. It's the older ones, if it's that, no, it is. If the best performers are the best in the ring, they will draw the most. If they are the best at their craft and they're performing at the highest level, and you're the coach and you're going to play somebody of lesser skill, you're a bad coach. Period. I get that you want to build the youth.
To build them. You can't just go out.
I absolutely agree, but you don't throw a player to the fire if he's not ready for it. Because that's how you also ruin people. That's how you ruin young talents in any art, let alone wrestling, is by throwing them to the wolves before they're ready. That's how you break someone's confidence.
Roman Reigns, during that time when he was being booed out of every arena and all of that, look at the WWE merch charts.
And that's
he was in the top 5 every single time. Every single month, he was in the top 5. Because a lot of people loved him as well. Again, it was the hardcore fans that didn't like him. So certain weeks, right? It's not every week that they were booing him. It was like the big events usually. And other people just loved to boo him. But you saw the people who were spending the money on merch were clearly buying a lot of his stuff.
So who should they shove at us now? Is I guess what I would ask. Because I've had Cena shoved down my throat for 15 years after he was done with his big run, his actually good run. And I mean, plenty of talent. Roman figured it out.
Yeah.
With age.
Yeah.
Right. But we also watched him develop on screen. I don't necessarily want to watch wrestlers develop on screen.
Yeah.
Myself. Right. I could save that for NXT personally. Right. And yes, there's time and place for that. But I'd rather see the development happen on developmental and then have the experienced best performers on your roster pushed to the top. The ones that are ready for that. The ones that have proven they're ready. The experienced ones. Not necessarily too old, but knowing what you're doing does still matter at the end of the day.
Well, of course it does. Of course it does.
So then I will just throw back, and this is my general consensus is that I think they should focus on younger talent, and then if there's a phenomenon of somebody who gets mega over, then you just go with. I'll
agree with that.
But something I will just say with regards to your comment Ben, about Roman is that like Hulk Hogan was still getting cheered a lot of weeks when he was in his kind of the fans. If we go back to Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9, when the crowd are electric for Hulk Hogan beating Yokozuna. It also like Hogan was selling merch like hotcakes. Hogan was in that point. He was also in his position of doing that, ruining a lot of people in that company who could have taken his place. And if the argument is, well, as long as the merch keeps selling, it's fine. Like Cena buried so many people. I love Cena, but Cena's like the insistence of keeping Cena at the top and keeping Cena in that one place hurt so many people with him.
And that earned them so much money that I don't think they would have made if they decided to push a bunch of people instead.
But I think there is a compromise. I don't think Roman needed to be like. I don't think the response to people booing Roman was take Roman off television and throw him to the wolves. It was change something, because when it's like the Fiend versus Seth Rollins. I'm sure the Fiend was still making incredible amounts of money in Hell in a Cell 2019. The fans still ended the show booing and chanting for AEW, which is not a good look for your company.
No, so that was the booking though.
So, but it was the booking. But it's like Seth's merch was still selling like hotcakes at the time, and people hated Seth. And again, they still finished with people kind of, pooing over the whole thing. So it's like, you want to. At the end of the day, you've got to try and appease you've got to find a common ground, I think, between the two of trying to keep your kind of the people who are in your crowds happy, and the people behind the scenes happy, and the people who watch week to week happy, and the hardcores happy. Wrestling's not as easy as it sounds sometimes.
Yeah.
And I say that I sound like I'm being sarcastic, but genuinely, like we sit here and it's so easy to say, "Oh, push this guy." Don't. This is what Ben said. Push this guy. Don't push this guy. But there are so many factors behind any decision that's made. The reason Cody didn't win at Mania. It's the reason why things like that. Like there are 5, 6 more than that factors behind any decision that any company makes. Who goes over on a weekly TV episode?
Yeah,
but exactly. It's never as simple as just yes, it's lovely stuff. Let's just do that.
No, of course it's not.
Done. So to that extent, I agree that I think we're all looking at it from different. Ben seems, I think Ben, you're looking at it very much from a company perspective. We're looking at it. I'm looking at it from what I want to see on, as fans of these guys. But I think there is I think there's a way in which we're all right.
Yeah, there's a happy medium, and you're right on that too. Yeah, you need to have a merge of what's best for business and what the fans want. Yeah, because you can upset hardcore fans and they'll still carry on watching because they're hardcore. But if you do so much, like you said about, like you in 2017, you stopped watching. That's when people have really, really had enough and they stop watching. That's when it's bad. Yeah. So you can piss them off. You just can't, you can piss them off. You just really you can't give them away.
I think kind of the when I think of what annoys me is when WWE intentionally piss off the fans for it's the Daniel Bryan thing when they eliminated him earlier.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that.
That was entirely WWE telling its audience to
that was Vince
screw them. Yeah, telling it's the common thing. Like the next person out after Bryan got eliminated was Goldust with Shattered Dreams on the Titantron. Yeah. Like there is no way that was not massive rib for everyone backstage to go ha 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 ha. And I'm. Like when you look at all the worst decisions in pro wrestling, they normally are them going, let's see what happens. With Gold, with the finger poke of doom, with Goldberg beating the Fiend, which to me is still one of the worst decisions the company's ever made.
It was awful.
It's all kind of let's just go for it and see what happens, and sod if they boo them, sod them. It's that kind of attitude. So at the end of the day, you're right. There's got to be that medium there.
Yeah. Wow, that was way more intense than I thought. I love it. I picked the perfect paddle for this.
Took it to the table. Okay,
we took it to the table.
Of course. But more importantly, let me know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments as well. Do you agree? Do you feel like do you agree with everything that everyone's been saying? What's your thoughts? Leave it in the comments below. Okay. So yeah, we've moved on to the quiz now. Well, I guess it's not really a quiz. Yeah, it is a quiz. Yeah, it is the WWE posters. Echo, Flash, in production. Don't worry, I'll get out of the budget for Wrestling Republic. So yeah, we are going to be guessing the random pay-per-views posters that's been coming out over the years. So basically, everyone gets a minute each, and they have to guess as many posters as they can. Couple little caveats here. So obviously they have a minute, but whenever they do, if they get one wrong, I will pause the timer and then in order. So if it was like for David, if he's on him and obviously he gets it wrong, I'll move it to Ben. If he gets it wrong, then it's gonna go to Clark. If none of them get it right, then obviously I'll tell him the answer and move on to the next one. There may be WrestleMania posters on there. I don't know, but if and when they do show up, you can also get a bonus point if you can guess also what number WrestleMania this could be or this is or as well. Okay. Also this is also sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
So it's gonna be awful then. Is that what you're telling us, Chaos?
No, it's great.
Hang on, let me get the neon lights.
The flavor is good. Don't dog our sponsors like that, Ben.
We're just gonna see Uncle Howdy fly out of the sky past Chaos and completely miss him. Just completely go straight out of frame. Awful match.
This is it was god awful. This is the first time I've actually trying this, so this is a live reaction. All right, this is the same thing I did with Prime, so I'll let you know. Hold on. Have any of you guys tried this?
So well.
No,
I had one.
Oh yeah,
I refuse. Cool. I refuse.
To be honest though, the one that I had was kind of warm.
Okay,
so,
this is
I'm not a great judge. You got ice
cold reaction. Live reaction. Right.
Wish me luck.
Cheers.
That's banging.
Better than the Matt.
Yeah. With a blast of dark citrus punch flavor.
Oh
with
yeah, how could that be
flavor.
bad?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, it's
unfortunately,
Don't drink it warm. I had it warm and was like,
unfortunately, I'm sure the drink is banging, but the only kind of banging sensation I had was the banging headache I felt watching the Pitch Black match and the banging of my head against the nearest table.
It's not as banging as Prime, I'll tell you that.
I will never buy it in protest of that match. I refuse.
Wait, hold on. What you say? What you say, Ben?
It's not as banging as Prime.
You're a donut. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. You're stupid. Dumb.
Prime is supreme.
Man, don't. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ben's got, I was
Categories.
going to say Ben's got
they
the
just
cat.
take it off the shelves here?
I think this is becoming a Wrestling Republic
In America?
tradition now. Everyone's got their cats coming across the front of the screens. What's the?
Oh yeah. It is a tradition.
You have a lot of
actually. Yeah,
cats.
you're right.
Yeah. I need to buy a cat just for the bit. Like,
Someday I'll do the show with Zuzu the dog. I'm the resident
God,
dog
yeah.
guy.
He will take over your spot, definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, cool. So, because I'm gonna play fair, I'm gonna do I'm not gonna pick favorites who goes first. I'm gonna do a fire round or a fast. What do you call them? What do you call it? Fast round question.
Speed round?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
really
that's- yeah, that's-
embarrassing because I wanted to come on this show because we were doing posters, because I'm a graphic designer and I wrote an essay in university on wrestling posters. However, now I'm really scared that I'm going to do really badly because I'm bad in quizzes, so I'm really regretting this already.
I mean, and I'm the opposite. I'd like to consider myself quite good in quizzes because I quiz a lot, but I feel like I'm going to do really badly because I'm not particularly good with posters.
I'm going to
So-
call my shot. None of you have any freaking chance.
Oh, okay. Now you
I'm
said that.
hoping
Now you've said that.
Have
Carl.
a seat, kids.
Now you've
You
said
need
that.
to go
Carl.
back Thursdays.
Let the
You should
big
be good
dogs
at this.
play.
You should be good at this. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna throw out this question, and obviously you viewers won't see this, but I'm gonna ask you guys to put it in the fastest person in the private chat to type whatever.
shoot. Let me
Type
get my
in.
keyboard.
Is this to just buzz in, or is this?
I don't
one-
know
Yeah,
if you guys
buzzer,
know
yeah,
this,
buzzer,
but
yeah.
I used to,
Okay.
I used to do 190 words a minute in typing class.
Okay.
As a,
Wow.
All right. So cool. This is completely random. All right. Oh shit. 1 second. 1 second.
That's a long second, but I'm ready.
Feel the tension.
I
In the air.
literally just had it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Who holds the record for the most Elimination Chamber match appearances? Ben Allison.
Jeff Hardy.
Wrong.
I knew it was wrong.
Clark was second.
Randy Orton.
Oh, no. David.
I get the floor then. I'm gonna say, oh Jesus, AJ
Five.
Styles. It's not, but I don't know.
No, it's not AJ Styles. It was Chris Jericho.
Oh,
That makes
all
sense.
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, quick. Okay, I'm gonna go for another one. All right, cool.
Slowly
All
go Google
right,
it.
cool.
Somebody
Here we go. What was the main slogan for WrestleMania 20? Ben Allison.
it's not, but Ghost Hollywood.
No, that's 21.
It was
David.
around then.
Was it big time?
No, that was 23. Clark, it's on you.
Wasn't it the grandest of them all?
No, it was WrestleMania 20, where it all begins
Oh,
again.
it all
Oh,
begins
where it all
again.
begins
Of course
again.
it was.
Dang it.
Of course it was.
Which one was the one where they like really built it as grandest of them all? Never mind. We'll do that later.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll say
There
that.
is
How long,
one.
how long are we? Is this show
It's
allowed
like
to go? 'Cause I feel like we could.
As
This,
long-
this quiz might never start, so we'll just keep running the questions.
You know what?
wrong.
All right.
SummerSlam will be finished, but
This is
Whatever.
all right. Here we go. All right. This is surely. Come on. All right. Who did Bray Wyatt eliminate in the Elimination Chamber to win the WWE Championship in 2017? Ben.
John Cena.
No. Oh, okay. That's incorrect. I'm saying who was I should have said who was the last person he eliminated in. So I have to take your answer. Yeah, I was wrong. David.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, it was AJ Styles.
I would have got that wrong anyway, actually. I was gonna
Okay,
next
fair
guess
enough.
was
I don't
wrong
feel
as
so
well.
bad. Then. Fuck you.
I'm
All right,
not-
I got it wrong
It's
too.
Bray Wyatt. I know everything. I've watched every match, seen every promo. I know them all.
I feel so bad for you. All right, cool. All right, cool. All right. So, as I said, you get 1 minute.
I've got the short straw now for getting this answer right, don't I? Because I'm going.
Yeah, you're going first. Yeah.
I should have lied and said it was, I don't know, Maven or somebody.
You got the bad category.
King Mabel.
You know what? Let me see. Can I remove you guys? Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. All right. So you're not distracted by them. All right. Cool.
Or I'm going to get them all wrong anyway, so this should be fun.
You'll be fine. All right. Cool. So I'm going to start. You got 1 minute. 1 minute. All right.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
Survivor Series.
Wrong.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. No, of course it's not.
So the next one was Ben Allison.
Battleground.
Yes, it is.
Shit, was it Battleground? Yes, it was. Yes, of course. Yes. All right. So Ben Carly is in the lead with 1. So he's got 1 there. All right. Are you ready again now?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Your time starts now.
Judgment Day.
Correct.
Hell in a Cell.
Correct.
Super Showdown.
Wrong. Pause. Yep. Cool. So it is back to Ben again.
WrestleMania 34.
Correct. Yes. WrestleMania 34. Yes.
For some
Is that
reason,
2 points?
That is 2 points.
that's a great example of don't pay attention to the people that are on the poster. Because I just saw purple and went Saudi straight away without actually looking at the fact got all the matches on the screen of the WrestleMania 34 matches. That's so stupid of me.
Okay, cool. So you currently have 45 seconds on the clock.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Your time starts now.
SummerSlam.
Correct.
Extreme Rules.
Correct.
Armageddon.
Wrong.
I know what it is as well.
Oh, he does. Okay, cool. So Ben Allison, you're next.
I think I'm wrong on this one, but is it No Way Out?
Nope, incorrect. Clark Taylor.
It's an in your house. Is it in your house mind games?
Nope, incorrect.
Backlash.
It's Backlash.
Oh,
Backlash 1999.
But it isn't in your house, isn't it? Still.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
it is in your house.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in your house Backlash. Shoot. Do I get a half point for in your house? That's pretty good.
No, you don't.
I got half the title.
Is it 2 points because I for the last one I got? So am I on 3?
Yes,
I
you're
got-
on 3. So
okay.
David currently has 5.
This feels like it's been a conspiracy against me. I feel like
There
Sami
we
Zayn
go.
a couple years ago.
There we go. Sami Zayn at his finest. Yep, cool. Anyway, bye, Clark. Bye, Ben.
I'm gonna try and take an extra. How long have I got left on the clock?
You got 30 seconds.
I'm gonna try and take an extra second to actually think about these answers before I say them because I'm rushing in too quickly and I know them.
Fair dues. All right, cool. Your time starts now.
WrestleMania 36.
Nope.
No,
Incorrect.
Ah!
Oh shit. Wrong button. There we go. Ben.
WrestleMania 37.
That is correct.
They had
All
exactly
right.
the same blinking
They did.
theming and branding.
This one was finally
it was
happened.
one of the two.
Indeed.
I saw
cool.
Cena and thought 36.
Fair dues. Cool. All right. So you currently have 24 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Your time starts now.
Survivor Series.
Correct.
Backlash.
I can't give you that. I can't give you it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I can't. Oh, Ben.
Ooh.
and if you don't get this, you're an idiot.
Backlash,
mate.
the greatest match ever.
Nope. Incorrect.
No.
WrestleMania Backlash.
There you go.
Oh,
WrestleMania
Piss take that. Absolute piss take. But
Backlash.
you're right. You're right. But it's just stupid branding.
Oh yeah, and Clark actually made a good point. You do get a point for WrestleMania. You only get half, but you don't get two. So I'll give you that one because you did say WrestleMania, but you got the number wrong. So,
yeah, then David, and then
Ben
Ben
gets
we
the
get the
point.
point for the number.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, isn't it? Don't I get an extra point if I can get the name of the WrestleMania? Isn't that what you said?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you get an extra
Yes,
point. You
you
got the
get
number
the
wrong.
extra point's still available.
Is the extra point still available regardless?
Yeah, it's like
No.
in American football. If you block the extra point,
So
Ben
Ben-
gets a point for the number, right?
Yeah.
Because you guessed the number wrong. So then it's like in American football. If they
Okay,
kick
that
the
makes
extra
sense.
point and it
That
gets
makes
blocked and the other team returns it, they
That
get the
makes
extra
sense.
point.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Bye, Clark. Bye, Ben. All right. You currently have 11 seconds left.
Okay.
All right. Your time starts now.
Extreme Rules.
Correct. Impressive.
Survivor Series again.
Correct. And you're over. Oh shit.
It's Night of Champions.
There we go. All right. Cool.
Was it
So,
Night of Champions, or are you leaving that to the next person?
I'm gonna leave after the that was right on the clock. That was right afterwards. I shouldn't have pressed it. Yeah, that's cool. But you are currently in the lead with 10
All right.
points.
I'll take that. Better than I thought I was going to do. So we'll leave it there. Just every single one I got wrong, I could have got right. It was just
You did very well. To be fair, you did very
stupid
well.
branding or just
I was hoping you
made me nervous.
Well, you currently have 5, so you can easily catch
I'll
up.
take that.
You never know. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, bye, David. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Your time starts now.
Night of Champions.
Correct.
The Great American Bash.
Correct.
SummerSlam.
Correct.
Royal Rumble.
Correct.
Royal Rumble.
Wrong.
Ah!
Let me just get that down. Oh, wow, you're already on par with it. All right, cool, fair dues. All right, Clark.
Is it? Hang on, I can't see it very well.
That's the whole point.
Is it? That would be SummerSlam.
Incorrect. David, I'll get you. Let's see if we can get it.
was it? Oh, okay. I had SummerSlam ready to go. Royal Rumble. I think that's what Ben said.
Yeah.
That's
what Ben said.
Hold on. Yeah, right. No, it's not. So no. So
Yeah,
it was
I don't know why.
actually
Dead point. Points dead, boys.
yeah. The point
Over
dead.
3.
It
What
was
is it?
Survivor Series.
Oh, damn it.
That was my other guess.
Yeah, I'd have said Summer. I
knew it was one of the S
I
ones
thought Ben
in
had
the
said
Big
Survivor
Four.
Series. That's
50-50 shot.
Cool. All right. Bye, David. Bye, Clark. All right. So you currently have 42 seconds. How many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you got 9. Okay, cool. You're right on the tippy toes of David. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Your time starts now.
Elimination Chamber.
Incorrect. Good try though. Who was next? Clark.
Is it Hell in a Cell?
Nope. Incorrect. David.
I should have known this.
oh god. I mean, both.
This could be anything.
This
That's
could be
why I
any-
chose it.
I think we both went with the chains, didn't we? Oh god.
We've been
Was
catfished.
this a fast lane show? God no.
Fast, you going? That's your answer? Is that yes?
You can't just let him have a second
Fast,
chance.
fast lane.
Yeah, fast. No, it was not.
No.
It was New Year's Revolution.
I didn't even know that happened when Paige was in the
As
company.
soon as I said
Was
Hell in a
there a-
Cell,
when
I
was there a-
realized that it was New Year's Revolution
When
because
was there a New Year's Revolution?
it's because
So-
there was an elimination chamber at the show. So Ben guessed right when he
Yeah.
had the chamber. It was
Yeah.
before the elimination chamber pay-per-view.
I
And
remember
as
this
soon
now.
as
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell came out of my mouth, I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh my goodness, it's New Year's!
No,
it's not No
no.
Way Out. It's New Year's
This
Revolution."
was before I got back
Ah.
into it.
Yeah.
No,
so frustrated with
no
myself.
memory of that in any way, shape, or form.
Well, because the New Year's Revolution, the one before that's the iconic one, not the iconic one, but the one that like is kind of infamous is the Muhammad Hassan one.
Yeah.
It's like one of his final matches.
Yeah, well, I remember
the year
New Year's
before.
Revolution. I don't remember there being a New Year's Revolution.
When, by the way, that pay-per-view is
No,
costing
it was
point-
that a year before, was it?
I believe it was. That pay-per-view is a year or maybe 2 at
Well,
most.
How is Paige in the poster then?
That one, maybe
Muhammad
3
Hassan
or
was
4.
No,
Was
no, it
2015?
was.
Because
It was almost a decade before.
Oh, it was? Okay, either way. That's the other one. I'm sorry. No, yeah, you're right. That was like, oh, wait.
Paige didn't debut till 20.
No, but the last, the time they did it before is what I was saying.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
literally the chronological year. But
I have no idea. Yeah.
that one has messed me around on points twice because since Orton was in that one and multiple other chambers, it threw me on the Jericho being the answer to the Elimination Chamber question earlier. So I got to blame New Year's Revolution. That's been my Achilles thus far in the game.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is so random, but yeah. Anyway, bye. All right, cool. You got 35 seconds. This is a very long fucking, yeah, you got a lot of time. All right, 35 seconds. You ready?
Yep.
All right, cool. Your time starts now.
Night of Champions.
Wrong. Clark.
Should have guessed quicker.
Is this
I do.
one Booker T and Sharmell? King of the Ring?
Close. Actually, not close. David, it's on you.
Close, but you're not close. Oh
It's
god.
Clash at the Castle.
That's a good try. Good try. Yeah.
Was it SummerSlam?
Nope. It was No Mercy.
I would have never have gotten
not got
that
that
in a
in
million
400.
years.
In
No,
100,
that
in
was
100
one I
seconds.
should have 100% gotten, but that was not like the No Mercy I think of when I think of No Mercy posters. But that is the prime of me watching. I remember watching it now.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Bye, David. Bye, Clark. All
I
right.
need to start
Cool.
doing better.
Yeah, you got 29 seconds. You're slipping. Wait, you're still on 9. David is still in the lead with 10. So yeah, no pressure. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, time starts now.
No Way Out.
Correct.
Money in the Bank.
Correct.
Money in the Bank.
Flipping now. Correct.
Bragging Rights.
Correct.
Night of Champions.
Correct.
Invasion.
Correct.
Super Showdown.
Incorrect. Oh, and that was the
I knew it
last
was one or the other.
one. That was the last one. Wow. Okay, so that was 8 right there. All right, cool.
So what am I up to?
Don't I get a guess since you missed it?
Nah, we ran out of
It's your
time.
turn next anyway, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
The maths is in.
17.
Okay, wait a minute though. I do have to protest a point.
Okay, go on.
In the second Money in the Bank that he got,
Yeah. That was
the briefcase was in the poster.
That's not
and
my fault. That's not my
word,
fault. That's not
and
my
I'm
fault.
not blaming Ben.
What happened?
I'm protesting the point. The briefcase is in the poster.
Oh,
It says Money in the Bank. And so what I would
could have
say
been
is
WrestleMania.
I would be willing to give Ben another one to validate the point.
No.
Because you got it right.
To be
And
fair,
a free
to be fair,
15 seconds in the interest of fairness. But
to be
I
fair,
do think it's unfair given the briefcase is in the photo.
to be fair, yes,
That's
it is.
when
yes,
he
it is.
got on
Yes,
his roll.
Yes, it is unfair, but there is also a picture of Big Ben with Seth Rollins there. I think it's not
would have
exactly
gotten
a
it
hard.
even if it was
It's not
blurred.
exactly a hard poster.
I've
to
got
win.
I
that
couldn't agree
poster.
more, and that's my point. I think he needs to validate
No,
the
you're
point by
trying
guessing
to cheat again.
15 seconds,
Just
one
let it-
more
No,
poster, the
Clark,
interest
he's a
of
cheat.
I
fairness.
got screwed on WrestleMania Backlash.
Hey,
I
not
just
all
let
of
it
us
go.
get a freebie, guys. Jeez Louise. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this fair.
Well, you've been given three
Yeah,
extra. You've been given
not
four
all of
extra-
us.
Well, Clark, you've been given 4 or 5 extra seconds to look at your first poster.
Yeah, winners win, though,
And
David.
a
I'm just saying.
wrong answer to validate it as well. So I think
Yeah,
we're about
well,
even there.
Well,
That's
we're
true. That's
even.
true.
I wouldn't
just-
say so much.
Let's just get on with it.
We'll see how many of the pay-per-view names
Well,
are
ten
in
will
my
try kick,
posters.
and the
I'm
goalkeeper's
seven- I'm
got a
seven-
bad leg.
I'm 7 points behind, Clark. Let's just get on with it and get this over.
Well,
with.
the comeback would be. This is a good time. How could you be 7 points behind? Would he have 16 after he gets on the roll after the freebie? I'm just saying, hindsight's always 20/20.
There's always
David.
a few.
I
There's
love you,
always
David.
a
I'm totally-
controversy when Clark's around, isn't there?
I have to. I can't help myself. I'm
Just
sorry.
get off it, you get
All right,
off.
let's go. I'm gonna be quick, lightning quick.
All right,
Fastest minute
cool.
in sports.
Let's go. All right, let's go. Your time starts now.
So that's gonna be Crown Jewel.
Correct.
Ooh, that's going to be the SummerSlam.
Incorrect. Sorry, your time stops there. Let me just make sure you get the first one right, and then I'm gonna pass it over to David Sheldon.
WrestleMania 6.
I'm just verifying. 1 second. Yeah, you're right. Apologies. Yes, you're correct.
Got
Yes.
it.
All right, cool.
Should have known that.
All right, cool. Back in. All right, you ready? 45
Yes,
seconds
sir.
on the clock. Your time starts now.
That would be WrestleMania.
Incorrect. Sorry. Back to David.
SummerSlam.
Correct.
SummerSlam
Come on,
2015.
you gotta remember that, Clark. That was when they were laughing at each other and shit.
So bad.
Yeah, so bad. All right.
Well, I said
Thank you.
15 is the one year that was my weak spot. It was the worst year in WWE.
David's slowly catching up. Don't you might just sneak in. All right, cool. You ready?
I'm gonna have to make a big comeback here. Let's go.
You gotta make a big comeback. You do, and I'm running out of posters, so please.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Your time starts now.
Oh my goodness. That would be Backlash. Vengeance.
Incorrect.
Vengeance. Dang it.
Dude, no. Even still in the correct,
Both
David.
wrong.
Oh, I could be wrong again, but I think this is when. Oh God, Royal Rumble.
Correct.
Royal Rumble
When he won the Rumble.
2013. See that or the Chamber.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to-
David's on
I'm
12.
trying to win myself. I'm just on the struggle bus right here with the few posters I've got.
See, he's just making sure I can't win now.
No, I'm riding the struggle bus, guys. As soon as he showed me that one, I was like, I have no clue. I was trying to like gauge how many letters are in the blur to make a.
I made it
reasonable
super
guess.
blurry. Yeah, I made sure I ain't getting
Oh
you no
no!
clue.
I was like, how long does that word look?
You can squint all you want. You ain't getting shit. All right,
These
cool.
were block letters.
30 seconds left on the clock. You ready?
Ready?
Cool. Your time starts now.
Royal Rumble.
Correct.
That would be WrestleMania
Okay.
15.
Incorrect. Oh my! How could you? David.
Ben's just posted FFS in our chat. WrestleMania X7.
Correct. And you get the bonus. Yeah, you get that. Cool. X7. All right. Cool. Thank you, David.
I forgot how good The Rock's hair still was at 17.
Cool.
Give
So
me a break,
currently,
guys. It's
you're
been a
on-
while. You guys all
you're
did
on-
your homework. I just came in here blind.
You know, you're just happy to be here. Yeah. So you're currently on 3. So yeah.
Yep.
No pressure.
Big comeback time.
Good comeback time. Yeah. All right.
The
20
fans are
seconds on the
chanting,
clock.
rally, rally, rally.
Your time starts now.
Judgment Day?
Incorrect. Oh shit. Wrong
Unforgiven?
button. Sorry.
Unforgiven?
No, you're not getting it. Sorry, David.
Backlash.
Correct. Oh my goodness.
Can I just say my favorite poster in the history of wrestling? That is,
It is awesome.
Really?
It is
fact.
awesome.
Backlash 2006. I want to say it's from, maybe 2007.
And just to let the viewers know, Ben Allison is flipping his lid. It is
honestly, I feel bad.
Wait, what's the scores on the board, Chaos?
I was really hoping we'd be a little bit more old school on our posters here. I'm just saying we've got a lot of when I was in college, which is lapsed fan era of Clark's fandom.
We've had one from every. I think you've got one from every era wrong, Clark. So,
you're the stats guy, and you can be that guy, but I'll tell the stories.
So guess what? So Ben actually, I thought he was 18, but I actually miscalculated. He's actually on 17. David is on 14.
Wow.
I think Ben's.
Oh no! Wait, this is even better since now that I'm kind of out of it, I can play defense here or offense. Depending on how you look at it. I mean, really, the whole game is in my hands if you guys think about it.
Watch, he's gonna see a WrestleMania picture and say double or nothing.
Never know.
We're playing that card, are we? No, Ben.
Are we playing one tie all tie? And if we go to overtime, I get to go 2 and could come back and win.
Let's just finish. How long's Clark got left? How many more have I got to get right?
It's got to be one tie all tie, right? If you two tie, then it goes to overtime with me as well.
Yeah,
and then it's fresh. Sudden death.
Clark, there's no way. The only way you can win is if you go super fast now and get all these posters.
Ben, don't you try to take that away from me. Of course I could win in sudden death overtime. Everyone knows the rules.
Play fair.
Anyway, sorry. How have I gone from 10 to 14 when I got 4 questions when I got 2 points for WrestleMania 6? And
because I got WrestleMania.
I didn't. You get the bonus.
No, I didn't. He got both.
I got both.
It's 17, 15. Oh wow!
17.
Hey man, this is it. This is a game of integrity.
You're right.
That's
apologies.
Remarkable.
You got me.
It's okay,
Yeah.
Ben. I earned you a point earlier in the messages, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping score of this.
Fair.
I'm coming for the shock. I don't think I'm going to win, but I might draw.
We are playing one tie, all tie, then sudden death, all 3 of us, right?
You got 13 seconds.
Come on, Clark. You can do it. Try and not come last in a quiz once, Clark. Come on.
There's literally no chance that I don't come in last. But I've been dominant in some of the quizzes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Of course you have. Yeah.
I ran away with the final quiz of Sunday Fun Day, the original Sunday iteration. There's always a chance.
Believe yourself. All right, you got 13 seconds. You can do it, Clark.
I'm ready.
Biggest comeback of all comebacks. All right. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Your time starts now.
That is going to be Survivor Series War Games.
Correct.
That is WrestleMania 18.
Correct. And time is up. Okay. So that was.
I'm sorry, David. Once I knew one tie all tie was out of the question.
Did anybody move so slow in my?
Yes.
I think it might be. I think that one is watching the clock. How quickly can we get it down? I think that is Survivor Series. 3, 2, 1.
I was not trying to sandbag. To be honest, that was really bad because I said I was ready.
I'm only joking. Fair play to you, Ben. You were better than me.
You
know what? I'm happy.
I'm only happy, David, because this is the only quiz in my life I'm going to beat you on.
I'm laughing at myself because honestly,
I'm just happy I managed to get all of Clark's ones that he got wrong. I got right.
You nailed. No, that was what was so funny to me. David was like, dude, when I watched you guys's, I was like, okay, I could get probably 50% on each of yours. We got to my first 4 and I was like, I have no fucking idea. I froze up. I was like, I don't even know if it was just my brain shorted.
Yeah.
Or I was like,
I mean, it's one of those things though. I will say when Ben,
that could be fucking anything.
Ben, when you were doing when you were doing your ones and you were through yours, I pretty much got all the ones you got right as well. But the thing is when it's no, but hang on, I'm just saying I got most of the ones that you got right as well. But when you're the one of that camera, it only takes you. It's like when you're not on camera, it's very easy to sit there and just rattle them off. But as soon as you put under the spotlight, for all of us, it is harder.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad, by the way. I can't help myself on the quiz gimmick because you guys should have seen me talk to referees as a kid.
How was that a foul? You broke his ankle.
It's part of what's real. It was no, I didn't even touch him. You must be crazy.
I think I should actually get 5 points on the board for that, because on the way to taking him out, his arm accidentally collided with my face.
No. The funniest one was in basketball. One time I was grabbing a kid's shorts on defense, and I literally ripped the waistband, grabbing them illegally. And I tried to say, no, I didn't touch them. And and the kid's like, the shorts ripped. Like I have to go change into the backup pair.
God damn it.
I was like, maybe I did grab them. I don't know.
Let me show you the rest of the other posters and see if you guys can get them. Let's see if so yeah, what's that one?
No Way Out 01, my favorite pay-per-view of all time. Damn
Good.
it.
Yep.
Imagine if that was wrong.
Fuck.
Super Showdown.
Super Showdown 2020.
Super Showdown.
Kill it with fire and brimstone.
Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, Clash of the Castle.
Royal Rumble.
No.
No, that's
WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
It just looks like a Rumble poster, doesn't it?
It does.
I know it was. They didn't try.
You gave me the most difficult Rumble poster ever. The only one that has one guy on it. The Rock
logo
one.
was just a play button. You remember that the WrestleMania logo was just a play button. It was lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Where's the logo meant to be?
that Armageddon?
No, Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
I was about to just
There were
say. Why did you jump me? That's the one that I could have gotten with my old. I was about to say it's Bad Blood. It's the Hell in a Cell with.
I want to know where
Sean.
the logo is. Oh,
It's the.
no,
I literally removed it. Like
It's the Hell in a
you
Cell
used
with Sean.
the
because
magic remove tool.
Yeah, there's a little bit. There's a little bit
No,
of
but
red
Ben-
there where the logo.
It's another In Your House. It's In Your House Bad Blood. It's
Yeah,
In Your
it
House
is,
Bad
yeah,
Blood.
yeah.
Sean and Taker. That's my favorite Hell in a Cell
Okay.
match personally. Have you ever watched that one, David?
Not Fastlane, Roadblock.
Nope.
Is that Stomping Grounds?
Yes.
Terrible.
I forgot
Terrible
that
name.
existed.
Stomping
Terrible
Grounds,
name
dear
for,
God.
for
I
bad
wouldn't have
show.
got that. David, do you remember though in the chat when you first in the fan chat when you messaged what matches to watch? The first match I said to watch was the main event of that Bad Blood card.
Yeah.
Taker Sean.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. It's my favorite. Oh, I was there. That's One Night Stand. That's at San Diego Sports Arena.
Yeah, it's the where
In
it's
08.
it's the bad one night stand.
I was there.
Armageddon.
No. My mom and I
That's
were
good,
at
okay.
that event, David. The One Night Stand 08. My mom and I went. I was a junior in high school. It was in San Diego. We sat in the third row.
Nice. This was Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yeah.
Judgment Day. That one was a
I'm
good
not doing
one.
so great anymore.
Unforgiven.
No.
Yeah.
No Way Out.
Unforgiven or
Uh,
Armageddon.
Survivor Series.
No. Vengeance.
Vengeance. They all kind of blend into one another at certain point. They
Yeah.
all
They
have the
didn't
same.
try
have
with
the
this
good
one either.
Vengeance
It's
ones
like-
that I would know.
SummerSlam
Yep, of course.
2022, sorry. St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a
Yep.
classic.
That's a classic. Royal Rumble 2015.
The greatest Rumble ever. Yeah.
Yes, the greatest Rumble ever. Hell in a Cell.
So,
That's Survivor Series.
yeah.
That's the tournament one. Was
Wow. By the way, that was the call of the century.
Yeah,
because
I didn't know this one.
I
Deadly
was
Games.
gonna guess a
But Deadly-
slightly different one.
It's got Deadly Games, which is Survivor Series 98, which is the Deadly Games tournament, which
Yeah.
The Rock turns heel, starts as a face and ends as a heel. A joint
Yeah,
corporation.
Oh.
So yeah, that's all the posters, guys.
That was just me flexing like the only bit of knowledge about that era that I actually know.
Yeah, I was about to say you was like probably crapping yourself, and you was like that. Dude, I haven't seen it from beginning to end. I know obviously.
I've heard. I've never seen it from beginning to end, but the bit I know that what happened through the show, and I know that it's the one where the Rock catches the Boss Man's stick mid throw.
Awesome catch. That could have went so wrong.
I was really hoping you would go that route.
I'm like, I had that. That was
One of
the ones
my
I had.
all-time.
Yeah, that was
Who had that one?
David.
I think David got it. Yeah, you got it.
Did you guys know the post which you missed? And I'm so annoyed. It's my favorite.
This is the one you did. Is this the one you did your essay on?
Yeah, I did my essay on. It was SummerSlam 2009.
Oh, was that the one with all the different like
Stars,
shapes,
yeah.
all the stars around it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's New Year's.
I wrote like 5,000 words on it.
Of all
Jesus.
the posters, like
That is
I
very.
mean, it's like there's a lot going on in that poster.
That's why I chose it. I was like, well,
Fair enough.
oh.
I mean,
man.
honestly, I'm pissed I missed a bunch of them, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
If anyone's gonna take the L,
you
it's
should
actually
actually go.
funnier.
Can I move that? Yeah, we go. Yeah, you should go last, man.
That's
There we
fine.
go. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, wait, where you going?
I'm not worried about card placement.
I'm only joking.
Still the show
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. And on that note, we've come to the end of the season premiere episode of Take It to the Table. As always, thank you very much, Ben. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, Clark, for being on this glorious episode. Please don't be a stranger. If I call upon you, you better show up. That's what I'm saying. All right. But yeah, as I said before, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us at Wrestling Republic and official_TITTT for all the updates, reviews, rants, articles, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us at Wrestling Republic. Yeah, the next episode, I even know what the next episode is going to be, but be sure to make sure you click on the notification bell to make sure that you know when the next episode shows up. Other than that, I have been your host, Chaos. He has been Ben Allison, El Jefe. Down below has been none other than David Sheldon, and
I'm Clark.
there we go. Down there is Clark. Yeah, there we go.
I'm Clark Taylor.
Until next time,
That's
guys.
me.
This has been Take It to the Table.
He said me.
Yes, Clark Taylor, yes.
Guys, he said my name. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Prime
Peace.
is better than Mountain Dew, whatever it is.
No, it's not. No, wait. No. Just for that. What did you say?
Prime is better than Pitch Black.
It's out the season.
Mountain Dew for life.
Yeah. On that note, peace.